welcome to our practice. Welcome to our practice. I'd suggest having a strap available for you if that's appropriate to help you in a big pose today called dancer's pose. And we'll prep ourselves like we always do to make sure that where our bodies are ready to accept this posture. So sitting up nice and tall, okay, and finding your way into a length in the spine becomes really important. And we'll just ask you to look down or close your eyes down and bring a deep breath into the body and see if you can do that through your nose, in and out, slowing the breath down. Now see if you can make that breath longer. And see if you can make that breath slower. And just let natural breath return to your body. Again, recognizing that in stillness, as we sit here still, there's movement. There's always this inertia. Sometimes it's slower than others. We just recognize that, just become aware of it. We're just going to start our practice by letting our eyes flicker open and taking a slow twist to one side. Okay, so just take a slow twist over to one side and get the notion of the spine moving kind of like the rhythm of a drum, meeting ourselves grounded and expressive, and then coming over to the other side, steadying our gaze, steadying our sitting bones, being grounded and being prepared to lift upwards into freedom of space, space in our body, space in our spine, space in our mind. And then float yourself back to center. Okay, we'll take the arms up, just reach up, big stretch. Good, and then take the arms back, open up to goddess so the hands float to either side. As they do, I want you to feel that movement of the shoulder blades coming together. Bring the elbows into the sides of your body, bring your fingertips to the ground, and then just lift your head up a little higher from here. Okay, just feeling again the space in the vertebrae. And let's not underestimate what we're doing right now just by creating that space in the vertebrae. It's like you're lifting up and away and giving yourself a lot of room for curiosity, okay? A lot of room for understanding of where you're at today. Nice. And then release this. You'll feel the vertebrae coming back down. And we'll bring ourselves onto our hands and knees. Okay, so bring yourself into a tabletop position. As we prepare for our postures, okay, you may want to have your blocks close by. And as we move initially, we actually prepare for movement forward. So just go ahead and take a cat and cow. You can even meander a little bit through that. Okay, this willingness to expand, to actually inspire without losing our ground. Okay, just find yourself in tabletop. Okay, and then we'll take the body and we'll float ourselves up, 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 creating the space again as we lift up. And then just bringing your hands to your hips. We're going to shift our weight to the left and send the right foot forward. Take your hands to either side of your foot on your blocks or on the ground. And then we'll take the knee past the toe, coming into a nice stretch for the hip flexor here. Okay, and then keep the toe curled under here. We're going to really work to stretch the hip flexor here. So the knee, okay, the knee is over the toe on the foot that's on the ground, but keep your curled toes under and lift your knee up from the back here. So now we're getting a really long stretch to the hip flexor, but also strengthening it. Good, and then just slowly bring it back down again. Okay, so the difference here from what what we might have done in the past is I have the knee over the ankle, but here I'm asking you to bring the knee past the ankle, curl the toe under again, and then lift the knee into that long, long stretch for the hip flexor, but also strengthening. Good. And then back down again. Because as much as we want to stretch, okay, we also want to gain strength and lift again. Good. Stay there for one more breath. Now move the knee over the ankle into a lunge. As you pick up your head and heart, feel the power of that front leg, especially where the big toe is. Okay, stay here for a breath. Okay, now bend the back leg and step in to a forward fold, but not all the way down. Bring your hands to your thighs. Okay, and we're gonna start to build the heat in our legs by dropping the hips, lifting up into chair pose or intense pose. Okay, so just bring your hands to your heart center, feel the power there. Maybe take your arms overhead already, feeling a little more when we extend the arms. Good. And then float yourself down, down, down. Keep your left foot where it is and the right leg back into lunge. Toe heel the foot out slightly. Drop the back knee. Okay. And now bring the knee, the front knee past the toe. So coming in a little deeper into that lunge with the knee past the toe. Keep the back toes curled under. Lift the knee off the ground. Breathe the back knee. And then float it back down again. Do that 2 more times. Move the breath with the movement. Inhale, lift it off the ground. Exhale, draw it back down. Okay, one more time, lift and hold. Feel the strength in this. Feel the strength in the hip flexor. Okay, it's not just a big stretch. There's some power happening here. There has to be because you're lifting your hip up with it. Good, and then drop the knee in the ground. Okay, bring the knee over the ankle again, that front leg. Curl the back toe under if it's not already. Pick up the back leg, bend it, and step forward into forward fold. Okay, float yourself halfway up, and then exhale and fold forward. Bend the knees again. Scoop yourself into chair pose, Uttanasana. Okay, I want you to feel the power in this. Squeeze the legs together. And then, like you have a big energy ball between your hands, keep the knees and hips where they are. Send that energy ball all the way over to the left side of your body, and then come on back up with it. Again, take that energy ball all the way to the right side of the body, and then pick it back up again. Okay, so do this in your own time, in your own breath. So we're adding a bit of a twist, okay, with the power of the legs still contracted in chair. One more time. Good. Come on up, hold here. And then exhale, take that dive again. Pick up the hips, drop the head and shoulders to the top of your thighs. Okay, welcome the stretch through the hamstrings. Good. And then bend the knees, hands to the ground. Okay, we're going to take ourselves back into a high or low push up. See if you can hang out in a high push up for a little bit. Okay, just stretch the back of your heels, the calves, and try to stay with power here. And if you can't stay up off the knees, then drop down to them. That's okay. Stay here for a breath. Again, building the fire, building the heat. Good. Bend the elbow, scoop yourself down, and then lift your heart up into cobra. Breathe here. Okay. Keep the tops of your feet on the ground as you push up, maybe into upward facing dog if you're available to that. And then curl the toes under. We all meet in downward facing dog. Ooh, pedal the heels here. Okay, create space. Again, knowing where we start from so we can literally dance into motion, literally stomp out ignorance. Good. Stay here for a breath. Exhale. It's going to bring a little power into the movement now. If you want to do this on your knees, you can, okay? Otherwise, you're going to take the back leg. So for me, it's my right leg. Bring it all the way to three-legged dog here, okay? And then from here, we're going to generate the power by changing plank a few ways. You're going to bring the knee under the body, hold, and then draw it back out, okay? Bring the knee to the same side elbow out of it, and then back out again. And then bring the knee to the opposite elbow. Pause, drop that knee, shift your weight to your right, open up and find this beautiful expression. It's almost like a side plank. Except that knee is not under the hip. It's on the left side. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Have a look down at your mat. Okay, bring your hand back to the earth. And then you're going to take that right leg, kick it back up to three-legged dog. And then come back to downward facing dog. Hold here. Bend your knees now. Look forward. Walk, step, or jump to the top of your mat. Stay in forward fold. Okay, bring your hands to your thighs, sit back and down. Okay, and as you lift up again, grab that big ball of energy. And let's fire it up with the fireball in our hands. Take it over to the side and then back. Okay, so when we represent twists in our bodies like this, especially long ones like this, okay, we're kind of warming up, getting some fire in the belly, up and over. Good. One more. Come on back up. Hold here. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, take that forward fold, hands to the ground, take a walk, step, or a jump back into high or low push-up. But try that high push-up for a little bit. Come on, challenge yourself here. Breathe. And then from here, bend the elbow, scoop down, scoop up to cobra. Option, upward facing dog. Curl the toes under, back to downward facing dog. Okay, introducing those power moves here. Exhale. The other leg comes up. For me, it's my left. And then we're going to take that knee under the body and then back out again. Knee to the outside of the same arm and then back out again. And then knee to the opposite wrist, drop it, shift your weight to your left again, and lift up in a beautiful rising up of freedom, a rise up, an attention to the strength and length in the body. Steady. Nice. Have a look down. Okay, from this willingness to expand, which is where you are, we'll take the hand back down and we'll kick back up for a willingness to find strength. Bring the feet back onto the earth. Bend the knees, look forward. Again, walk, step, or jump back to the top of your mat. Nice. Have your hips float back. Okay, and then come back into your chair pose. Come back into that long stride. Build fire again, up and over and back. Take that big twist. Okay, make it happen from the middle of the body, not the legs. They stay still. They're strong and stand their ground. Good. Exhale and fold forward here. Inhale, controlled lift upwards. Exhale, all the way back to that forward fold. Okay, from here, keep your right foot where it is, send the left leg back. Toe heel that right foot out, so create space in here. Remember the strength we put in the hip flexor and that back leg? Call it again by shimmying that back foot even further. So making this a really, really strong lunge. Take your hands and draw yourself back up again. Take the hands, reach them up again. Okay, and then slide it back. Take the palms, face the front. Draw the palms down, 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 almost as though you're stopping, right? You're saying stop to the ignorance, stop to the doubt. One more breath here. Inhale, lift back up again. Good, and then lengthen even more. Big breath in. Exhale. Nice, take the arms, open them up to goddess. Take the hands, bring them together here. Interlace or draw your hands to your shoulders. Okay, take the hands, bring them to eagle arms if you like. Okay, you can always have them on the shoulder. We're going to take that twist now. Okay, you're going to take your elbows, either the hands on the shoulders or in eagle. You take your elbows and twist them into the front thigh and then come back to center. Right, come on back and center one more time. And center, good. Pause here. Okay, take the arms, reach them up again. Take a small back bend here. Breathe. Take the arms, sweep them back and around. Okay, come back to frame the front foot. Breathe. Good. Bend the back knee. Step forward again. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Find that extension. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees. It is the left foot that stays where it is. And we'll take the right leg back now. Toe heel the foot out. Okay, lift up through the head and heart. And then from here, as we rise up, up, up again, once again, we'll rise up. Okay, and just like Shiva, we stop ignorance. Take the hands, bring them forward. Read the hand. Pause, stop that. Really use the arms to push into the palms here, almost like you're in plank. Good. Take the arms, cross them again. Take them either to the shoulders or take eagle arms. And then lift the elbows a little bit here. Breathe. And then take the elbows to the inside of the thigh. And then back again. So bring that twist in. Good. And then bring it back in. And in again. One more time. Bring them in. And center. Nice. Take the arms, release them, bring them up, up, up. Take that slight back bend and breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Reach forward. Find yourself all the way back into that lunge. Okay. Stay here for a breath. Bend the back knee and step forward, forward, fold. Okay. Hands come halfway up. Exhale and fold forward. Good. Let's find some groundedness and some expansiveness at the same time. We're going to stay low in that hip, okay? And then lift the heart up, okay? Stay here. We'll bring our hands to heart center. All right, we're going to fire up the right and lift the left heel. Slide or lift the foot up as you slide it back, 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 and then tap the toe down. And then as you come up, rise up into lunge again. Okay. And then take the arms and just kind of swim them around. Okay. Swim them around as though you're that dancing Shiva with forearms coming all the way, the pursuit of ethical and spiritual and truth within yourself. Okay. And then from here, stop the hands out to the side, widen them out. And then from here, take that right hand, bring it over the right leg, take that back foot, and come into second warrior here. Okay. In second warrior, we find the present moment. We find the strength and length in the legs. We find effort here. Okay. And sometimes the truth requires effort. Take a breath in. Exhale. In our groundedness, find expansiveness. Take the arm, reach up, extend to the sun, the heat within our bodies. Good. And float over into side angle pose. Breathe. Good. And then back to the sun. And then back to side angle pose. Okay, do that again, up and over. Okay, so it's like we're rotating through the earth, back and over, each time bringing as much incredible power into the arms as possible. One more time, just stay in that side angle pose. Breathe here. If you want to bring the hand down to the earth, go ahead. If you want to take that arm, swing it behind you in stillness, go ahead. Okay, stay here for a breath. And if you're interested in binding, you go right ahead. Okay, one more breath here. Look down at the foot. Okay, release the arm behind you. Come back into that beautiful lunge. Good, stay here for a breath. Now, you're going to take that front foot and we're going to swing it back into plank. Okay, so you're either on your blocks or your hands. Okay, stay here for one more breath. Inhale, exhale. Nice. And then from here, you slide back to downward facing dog. Okay, take a little rest here. Paddle your heels. Inhale. And as we pedal the heels, think of Shiva, okay, dancing on a parvarhana, okay, dancing on eagle, putting it in check. Nice. And then pause here. Bend the knees and look forward. Okay, this time it's the left leg that comes forward. So we come into a lunge on the left side. Okay, pause with this. Lift up through the crown. Good. And then inhale, rise up again into the lunge. Yep. Stop the ignorance. Bring the hands forward. Really push it away. So you're drawing it away. Okay. And then take the dance with the arms. Okay. Just feel that kind of flow and movement, the liberation that comes, okay, when we let go of ego and expectation. Wow. Uh huh. And then you just take the arms and open them up to the side. And then from here, take the left arm forward, right arm back, and pivot on the ball of the foot on the right and come into second warrior here. Okay, breathe, inhale, exhale. And then go for it. Expansive nature of the turning world. Lift. Remember that circle. Create it now, all the way up and over into side angle pose. And then continue to create that big circle of life as the arms float upwards and then back and around again. What's constant here? The legs supporting us, right? The ground beneath us. And then the next time you're in that side angle pose, stay here. Keep the reach. Okay, the reach for peace, away from destruction. Okay, not eliminating it, but knowing that it can be there. If you want to take that hand down to the earth, go ahead. If you want to take that top hand, wrap it around your spine. And if you want to feel like binding, you go right ahead. Totally up to you. Ooh, breath in, exhale. Good. Look down at the earth. Move the hand back to frame the foot. Okay, pick up the back heel. And once again, you're going to take that front leg, slide it back to your plank, high or low. Remember, we're trying to create that fire, the fire of transformation. Okay. And then from here, drop the back knee and then bring your left hand on the ground if it's on a block. And then shift your weight, come into side plank. Okay. Arms are extended long here. If you want to stay here, go ahead. If you want to come into full side plank, you're going to take that bottom leg and extend it into scissor leg. So both legs extended. And this is powerful. There's no doubt about it. So are you. Breath in, exhale. Nice. From wherever you are, drop the back knee. Keep it long. Keep the heart wide open. And let's take another variation of this if you want. Leg and hand can come up. And I want you to know that this inner strength, the fire that you're feeling in your body, is from you. Okay. It's an internal heat. Good. Have a look down at the ground. You're going to take your hand, bring it down, keep the leg lifted, and turn to tabletop. Okay, but that leg stays lifted. And then you're going to take the opposite hand and reach it out. Come into bird dog here. Good. Stay here for a breath. Really push and extend both arms and legs. Nice. From here, bring the hand down. Bring that right knee down. And then we turn to the other side in side plank here. Lift up. Okay, lift up through the heart. You see my backside here, just for the purposes of this posture. Stay here for a breath. Okay, if you want to stay on the knee, go ahead. If you want to fire that up and put both legs to scissors, you go for it. Lift up, breathe. Okay, learn what it's like to stabilize from the hips. And then everyone drop the back bottom knee and then take your version of a plank that just kind of amps up the fire a little bit here. Lift the leg and take the arm overhead if you like. Okay, remember, Shiva's dancing their legs away. Shiva's dancing their arms away. Okay, and yet they're supported. Ooh. Nice, have a look down. Okay, take the hand back to the earth. Pivot back to the mat. Back leg is still lifted, where we take bird dog, opposite arm, opposite leg. And if you're in doubt if the body temperature is lifted, let me tell you, it has. Okay, stay here for one more breath. Exhale. Okay, stay with the burn. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Walk down to your elbows. Pause here. If you're feeling good about this, stay here. Okay, push down into the forearms, push into the shoulders, and then walk your feet out into a low plank on the elbows and the arms. So getting off the wrists, but we're still really firing up through the belly. If you need to be on your knees here, you go ahead. But stay with the burn. Okay, it's here where change happens. The comfort doesn't make change happen. The discomfort has it working. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. Okay, stay in the arms. Start to walk your feet forward. Lift the hips up and come into dolphin pose. Push into the shoulders even more. Okay, so we take the stretch into the legs, but we still have a lot of power in that upper body. Good. One more breath here. Exhale. Nice. And then from here, drop the knees. Okay. Walk your hands under your shoulders. Walk your hands to your knees. Slide yourself up onto the balls of your feet in practice for balance. Hand to the heart if you feel that you got that balance. Okay. You can even bring the other hand to the heart if you feel you've got that balance. And then either put your fingers on the ground, reach forward and get up, or play with some balance here. Bring your hands to your heart and lift the legs up, up, up. That's pretty powerful. Rise up. And release. Good. Give the legs a shake. Give the arms a shake. Oh, nicely done. All right. We're going to come into our peak pose, dancer's pose. Dancer's pose. Okay. Now you remember our dancer, he steps on ego. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. Feet side by side. Now, again, if you want to use a strap, okay, it's often helpful on the leg that you're lifting. So we want you to think quad stretch here. You just bring the strap to the ankle, okay, and then we use the strap to kind of take us to dancer. Okay, so if you want to use that, go ahead. If you don't, okay, I'm not going to use it, but you do if you want to. If you don't, we use the hand to catch the foot. Okay, so it's like a quad stretch. Okay, just roll through the shoulders, find the crown of your head, and find length. Now, know that you're balancing already on 2 feet. You're already balancing. Inhale, exhale. Okay, like Shiva sees and surveys, and is aware. Be aware of what's right in front of you. Hold that gaze. Let's take one arm up. I'm going to take my left arm up, whatever works for you. Okay. Shift your weight to that arm, that side, and lift the opposite heel. Okay. Just pause here. Okay. So if you're using a strap, it's in your other arm, your right hand. Okay. Keep lifting up and out. Okay. And then bring the knee up, up, up. Pause here. Feed the foot behind you. Okay. Find the foot. And stay with the quad stretch if this has worked for you. Okay, you can hold on to a wall. Okay, change yourself around, just hold. Okay, and then from here, start to shift forward, kick the shin back. Try your best to keep the knees together and breathe. Stillness. Good. And then release, bring it down, and shake it out. We're just going to come right to the other side. Again, remembering that we become aware, right? This is what Shiva's asking us to do. To be aware of the ego, be aware of the bad habits, be aware of the critical self-talk. Take the other arm, reach it up. Okay, now keep that, a lot of power on that side. So for me, it's my right side. And pick up the left heel. Breathe. And we'll draw that knee up, 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 already balancing here. Okay, if you have the strap, it's right behind you, and you're just going to bring it over that shoulder. Otherwise, you're going to take the top of that foot. Okay, hold that, breathe. Okay, so a little quad stretch here. Okay, but Shiva dances. Okay, we're going to dance. Kick the shin away. Lean forward slightly. Keep your eye on the prize. Always aware. Stomping ignorance. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. And then slowly return back. Release the foot. Okay, and give it a shake. Ooh, nicely done. All right, we're going to meet on our back body. So come all the way to the back body. Okay. So as we come into the back body, we're going to just find ourselves onto our hips, take the backs of our legs, lift up nice and tall. Okay, just continue with a little more fire. Lift the toes and lean back. Lift the toes and lean back. Lift through the crown of your head. Breathe here. Exhale. Nice. Keep holding to the back of your legs, but now start to teeter back. Okay, still have the knees, still have the legs. Okay, if you feel you can extend the legs, go for it. But you're just going to find a little bit of burn, okay, right in the belly. Stay here for a breath. Okay, again, you can have those legs extended if you want. Okay, if you want, you can take the arms and release those too. Navasana, boat pose. Whew, breathe. Okay, remember our trick with the strap? You could have the strap behind your feet. That helps. Wherever you are, grab the backs of your legs, lift yourself up, and breathe. Okay, just gonna turn into a stretch for the hips now. Okay, so we're going into deer pose. So you're gonna bring one leg forward. And if you feel like you can't get both sitting bones on the ground, I highly recommend using a block to sit on. The other leg is going to come back. Okay, so we're going to lift up through the middle. Okay, so the inner blade of that back foot should be on the ground. Again, if you're not quite sure and one buttock is way higher than the other, sit on a block. It's very helpful. Okay, we're just going to inhale and lift. Exhale. Stay lifted in the head and chest and in the spine. And then just bring your body forward. Forward. Breathe right on top of that top thigh and then the shin. Keep the foot flexed in the front. Good. Stay here. Breathe. Exhale. Good. If you can grab the foot, go ahead. Okay. If you can grab the knee on the same leg, go ahead. Okay. And then draw yourself further forward, just best you can. Okay. So we're using the body as that kind of anchor here. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Relax the face. Nice. And then just go ahead and lift yourself up, 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 up again. Okay, nicely done. You're going to take that front leg, swing it forward. Okay. And then we're going to do that boat pose one more time before we go to the other side. Lift up through the chest. Okay. Again, remember we did this before. If you're feeling more comfortable of using a strap for boat pose, okay, you go for it. It works really, really well. Okay. I'm going to do it without today. So hands behind the thighs, start to lean back, pick up your heels and pause here. Okay. And if that's working for you, please stay here. If you want to extend the legs, go ahead. Okay. If you want to take the arms out and ahead, go for it. Stay with the breath. Inhale. Everything's conspiring to work here. Exhale. Nice. Take the back of the legs. Okay. Roll yourself back up. Nice. And then we're going to come to deer pose on this side. So it's the other leg comes forward and the other knee comes back. Again, this side might be a little different for you, and that's okay. Okay. The inner blade of that back foot is on the ground. Take the breath in, lift up, and then exhale, start to lean forward. Do your best to come from the top of the hip. Okay. And then from here, if you want to grab onto the foot, go ahead. Okay. If you want to engage the core a little more, grab onto the knee, bring yourself down with the power of your own body, your own being. Ooh, inhale, exhale. Okay. Just do your best. Just do your best. And then slowly float your way back up, up, up again. Okay, take that back leg, swing it forward. Okay, take both legs forward, hands behind you. Okay, and then you're just going to take your knees over to one side, lift up through the chest. Okay, really nice stretch for the thigh. for the hip flexor. Breathe, exhale. Nice. And then come all the way up and all the way over to the other side. Okay, lift up. You might find this different. That's usually the case. And then come back to center. And then just kind of give the legs a little wakey, wakey, and a little wakey, wakey. As we find our way coming into, you guessed it, Shiva Asana, Shivasana. Okay, shake it out. Oh, yeah. All right. Wonderful, wonderful work. Okay, let's rest. Let's rest. Let's teach the body